Alright guys, welcome back to another one here on the channel. We are back again with my Mark II Golf GTI 3-door Type 19 8 valve, whatever you want to call it. I'm in a good mood today. I've put this car on the Facebook group just to say hi guys, I'm Tom, I've got a new car, any advice would be great. Basically this car is sick. I think don't get me wrong, this car in specific is not sick. I mean, this car is sick as in it's ill, but from what this car can become and how rare it is, and yeah, I really think I've made the right choice. So today we're going to be talking about why I got a Mark II Golf and essentially my plans for it. Well, let's save the plans for another one because the car's going to be sat here for a good few months until I can work on it. So I'm going to be stripping it out soon, so we'll put that on the channel, but actual work is going to be a while, so I'll leave what my plans are for a separate one. Thought the headlight was cracked then. It's just part of the pattern. Why did I get a Mark II Golf? So I've always been into Golfs, as you know. I've had a Mark 6 Golf R. I wanted a Mark 5 like R32. I wanted a Mark 5 edition 30. I've had a 9N3 GTI Polo. I've had a Polo June. I've had a Volkswagen Passat. So I've always been into Volkswagens, and I've somewhat always been into Golfs. I've never really cared for old stuff. If you followed the channel, I've had 4 MX5s, like old ones, and they just don't do it for me. I've got to be honest, they just don't do it for me. But ever since a kid, there's been something about the Golf, the Mark II, and it's always been the back of it. Now, hear me out, because it might not make sense. I don't even know if the camera's picking it up. But as a kid, my autistic brain would tell me that the rear lights were always too low. Where the plate sits, and then you've got the boot line, the lights were almost below the plate, which just feels weird. Like normally on a car, the lights would be up here, like in proportion to the plate, if that makes sense. So this Mark II always stuck with me. Me personally, I think the Mark I is a bit too small, and the Mark III is ugly. Mark IV R32 is cool, and then Mark V onwards I love. But yeah, the older stuff I never really cared for, but the Mark II always stuck with me. I actually found out last night, if you watch my videos, I've got a poster on the wall of a Golf. I've had a black Mark II on my wall for probably like 2 years now, or just over a year, which I know is not since a kid, but like I find that kind of cool as well. And that's a 5-door. This is a 3-door. So I've technically got a cooler car than my poster car. Should we run with that? Yeah, the Mark II Golf always just kind of stuck with me. I've always thought they were cool. I've never really, I mean, I didn't grow up around cars anyway, but I definitely didn't grow up around Golfs, and that's what I think most people did. If you're into Golfs, it's because you grew up around them. I've never really had that. But as I said, I've always had like a soft spot for the Mark II. I think it's the Mark I, but better. Don't kill me for that, but I truly think it's the Mark I, but better. I think it's a bit bigger, better size. The proportions make more sense, but you've got essentially the same front end. And as I said, that rear end that always stuck with me, whether I thought it was right or wrong, it did always stick with me. I'm a sucker for a rear end. But yeah, why did I get this one? I wasn't actually in the market for one at all. I went last year to view this car, and it was in the same state. It was sat on grass, all the tyres were flat, there was rust everywhere, all the spare parts were in the boot. It was in a bad state, but it was a project, and it was sold as a project, and it still was sold as a project. I'm not like just finding out like the car's covered in rust. I know the car's covered in rust, but turns out my friend sold it to his friend. He never actually paid him for the car, so like a year passes, and then my friend basically just takes the car back, said enough is enough. He then puts it on his Instagram story, as I said, a year after, which was like the other day. I saw it, and this car always stuck with me because I didn't buy it because it didn't have the V5, but in my head I was always like, I should have just got it. Like, I could have made it so cool. Like, again, having it on my poster, it's like, and like, you see them online all the time. They basically all look the same with nice low, and it's with like chrome rims. They're all the same, but they are sick. We can all agree they look sick. I always was like, oh, I should have just gone ahead with it, turned it into something cool and kind of saved it from its death. So it came up for sale again, as I said the other day, and I thought, nah, I cannot let it go twice. So I went to view it like an hour after he posted it. Yeah, it's the same state that it was in, but it has got the V5 this time. So I thought, yeah, go on then. Made him an offer, he accepted, and now the car is here. Again, I know it's not like a mint one by any means, but let's just take the mint ones as an example. You go on eBay now, and like a 5-door non-type 19, they go for like 9 grand, like a mint one, like 9, 10, 11 grand. This is far from that, and I want to stress the fact that like I'm not stupid. I know I'm not going to do some rust repair and make like 10 grand profit. I'm not daft, but what I'm saying is I paid less than a grand for this car, and the potential is endless. So there's 2 ways I can go about it, which we will talk about, whether I keep it standard as an investment or I turn it into my own show car and just adore it. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go, but we'll go into that in another one. But I think we can all agree, either way, I'm not exactly going to lose much on this car. I've actually been offered £500 more than what I paid for it from a breaker's yard, just to put it into perspective. You've got the original GTI wheels, and yeah, it's just cool, man. But obviously, it needs a lot of work. Rust here, rust like on the inside of the glass. Obviously, we've got the sills and the arches. Actually, people are saying they tend to rust here. Mine seems fine. I mean, I'll have to take the lights out to check, and that's the other thing. I am going to be stripping this car right the way back, so any hidden secrets won't be hidden. I'd rather not drive it around and find out like the rear beam was only held on with tiger seal. Like, I want to strip it back. It's a long process, but strip it back, make sure it's mint, and then build it back up either how I want it or the best for an investment. I'm not sure. Again, we'll talk about that in the next one. But yeah, the car came up for sale. I bought it, brought it home, couldn't afford to keep the Clio, so I sold the Clio. I've still got the Puma, which is doing me well, both on TikTok and in actual life. And this is going to be like, it's just going to help me take my mind off things. I think we all have times where it's like, oh, I just want to kind of zone out, and I think this is going to be my zone out kind of thing. Put in your AirPods, jack it up, start taking off like the suspension or take out the interior, despite all the cobwebs. I'll try conquer my fear. What I'm trying to say is, I know that this is a long-term project, but I got it for me to prove I can, well, keep a car. Like, as much as the jokes are jokes, it is true, I cannot keep a car. So to prove to myself and to everyone that I can actually keep it, but not only that, but make a cool car. The Clio was half-assed. I could have done such a better job with the Clio. This is going to be 10 out of 10. It's going to take a long time. I'm thinking like a couple of years at best. Like, it's probably going to be more than a couple of years. But there is no rush. I don't have like a track day to go to. I don't have a show to go to. This car is literally for me, and I think that in itself says a lot about what I want with this car. Like, I think the car's going to help me. It's going to help the channel, and it's just cool. It's going to be cool to save. It's not that bad. It looks bad, but it's actually not that bad. But it's going to be good to save like a classic car and a future investment at the same time. So yeah, that's why I bought this car. As I said, the next one we'll talk about my plans, because I'm in 2 minds. But hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, leave a like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you again. Cheers.